Good morning and what's up, Fit Family? So I get a lot of questions about the breakfast that I have every day, and honestly I probably do this breakfast 5 to 6 days a week. It's pretty much the same thing, pancakes and eggs. I mean, who doesn't want pancakes and eggs for breakfast? But the nice thing about this, totally calorie and macro friendly, and it tastes absolutely delicious. So I'm gonna walk you guys through how I make my breakfast, do these pancake and eggs right, and I think you guys will really like it. So this is great if you're really trying to control your carbohydrates, if you're trying to keep your fat in check and you want a ton of protein. Also comes packed with fiber. It's gonna make you feel full for hours, just the things that you want in the morning. So check it out. I'm gonna walk you through how I do my pancakes and eggs. So I'm actually gonna start off with a half a cup of oats. These are just organic, regular, old-fashioned rolled oats. I'm gonna go a half a cup of this into a blender, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna blend it up. So you don't have to blend it, but I've just found the consistency of the oats is so much better for pancakes when I do blend it up. So I'm gonna tie this on, blend this up until it's nice and fine. So once I've got my oat flour, oats all blended up, half a cup of oats, I'm actually gonna add in some regular cinnamon. And don't be shy on your cinnamon. Cinnamon has a ton of benefits. It's not just the flavor that it adds to it, but cinnamon's actually gonna help control your blood sugar as well. So I add a ton of cinnamon. This is just a regular ground cinnamon, and that's gonna give it some really nice flavor when we add in our next ingredient. So next up is to start the eggs. So this is all a process, guys, and I'm going to get the eggs going here. Spray a little bit of cooking spray on there. I use just 1 cup of egg whites. These are cage-free egg whites I pick up at Costco. So I'm gonna pour that in, let that start cooking while we finish up making our pancakes over here. So next up, I'm gonna add in some organic diced butternut squash. Love this stuff. Used to be able to pick it up at Costco, but they're actually not carrying it anymore, so that sucks. This stuff's frozen, it's already diced, and the macros on this stuff are absolutely awesome. So what you get from butternut squash is a really good flavor, but without a ton of the calories. Also loaded with fiber as well. This stuff works really well, but first, I'm gonna pop this in the microwave. So I'm gonna go 2 servings, 170 grams of this. I'm gonna pop it in the microwave for about a minute 35, just so we can throw it in with the oats and start that process. So like I mentioned, we go with 175 grams of the butternut squash. This stuff is awesome. Zucchini also works really well. So if you don't have butternut squash, if you just want to dice up some raw zucchini, that actually works out really well as well, believe it or not. Guys, so while our butternut squash was in the microwave, we went ahead and started cutting up our veggies for the omelet. I love a ton of veggies in my omelet to add a ton of volume and variety, so check this out. We have here, I went with some organic ham, nitrate free. I went with some mushrooms. We've got some red onions. We've got some small tomatoes, and we've got some red bell peppers. I'm gonna add this stuff to my omelet in just a minute here. All right, so we just pulled our butternut squash out of the microwave here. I'm gonna add that in to my oats and cinnamon that I have there. Make sure we get all that in there. And then I'm going to take some of this stevia extract, better stevia liquid. I'm gonna drop in about 6-7 drops of that. We gotta add in a little bit of egg whites here. So we're taking some of the same egg whites, probably the equivalent of 1 to 2 egg whites. I'm gonna add in just a splash of almond milk as well. And then I'm going to crack 1 egg in there. So I'm going to set the camera down to do that, but 1 egg. And bada bing, bada bang, there it is. So we've got our pancake mix that's ready to go. We're gonna pop that in the blender in just a second here. So before we get going on the pancakes, we are going to pop in our spinach and our veggies here. So we're gonna set the camera down for that. So I'm taking some spinach. We just got some organic baby spinach here. And I'm gonna put that, I don't go shy on my spinach, guys. I add quite a bit of spinach to my omelet. So I'm gonna add that in there. This is gonna give it a ton of volume. Again, the idea is how can we make it feel like we're eating more food than we actually are? How can we fill our stomachs up while keeping our calories relatively low? So there we go on that. We've got our spinach in there. And now I'm just going to sprinkle in my veggies, kind of spread those out. So we get a nice even omelet here. We don't want to bite with 20 chunks of tomato in it. We want to make sure that's nice and even. That's key. So now that I've got that going, we're actually going to fire up the skillet here. Spray a little more cooking spray on the skillet. And we're going to turn that on. It's all about timing here too. So we've got our veggies going in the omelet. We got to hurry up and blend this up over here. So I'm taking my mix here that I got. We're going to tie this on and we're going to blend this sucker up. So next up, I'm gonna add in cayenne pepper. We got pure sea salt and a little bit of pepper into my omelet. So pancakes are on the skillet, they're hot. They're getting ready to flip here in just a second. Tons of cayenne pepper, guys. I love that stuff. And we're gonna throw in plenty of sea salt. This is a pre-workout meal, so we wanna make sure we have high sodium for this one. And then I'm going to sprinkle on the pepper as well. That's gonna be ready to flip here in just a second. So here's our omelet, guys. Check this out. Looking delicious, full of flavor. Woo! Then we're coming over here. Pancakes are looking good. Yeah, they got a little wonky there. But all in all, we're gonna wait for those just to bubble just a little bit. And then we will flip those over. But the omelet's about ready to flip. When that gets done, I'm gonna add on just a wee bit of feta cheese, about a ½ ounce on there. Okay guys, omelet is ready to be flipped, so I'm gonna flip that guy over. I like it to be nice and cooked so we can get a good flip. Ooh, that's a good flip right there, guys. That is a good flip. Keeping an eye still on my pancakes. They're gonna be ready to go in a minute. Check this flip out. That's a dang good omelet flip right there. Don't you think, Harper? Yeah. So omelet is flipped. That's just gonna cook for another few seconds there. Pancakes are starting to bubble a little bit, so we're going to flip those over in just a second here. So you can always check, guys. Pop a spatula under there. See if they're ready. I'd like that to cook just a wee bit longer. So we only have to flip them once. So omelet is done. It's ready to go onto the plate here. Omelet in all its glory with all those veggies on there. I'm gonna flip my pancakes. They are ready to be flipped. See, when we time this right, nothing gets cold. And that's the idea. Your pancakes are ready at about the same time as your omelet. I like to let my stuff cool down, especially the omelet. It's hot inside. Takes a little while for it to cool down. That was a good flip there. So here we go. We got the omelet. Guys, look at that. Loaded with the veggies. Little ham coming out of there. Egg white omelet. And we've got our pancakes well on their way to those perfect pancakes. All right, so omelet's done. We added a little bit of feta cheese to that. Pancakes are well on their way to being done. Check this out. We've got the omelet here with a little bit of feta cheese. Like I said, maybe a half an ounce. Sometimes I measure it and that doesn't look like a half an ounce. Pancakes are about ready to come off the skillet here. I like putting that on, the cheese on now because it's gonna melt a little bit. Love the feta cheese. It only takes a little bit to go a long ways. So we're gonna take our pancakes off. These guys turned out awesome. Just wait till they brown a little bit on each side. You gotta feel them, check the texture, make sure that it's to your liking. So pancakes are coming up. We just got a new skillet, so this thing's awesome. Doesn't always come off this easy. So we got pancakes there. We're gonna let them cool down for just a second. Now I'm gonna show you guys what we top this with. So pancakes get topped with just a tablespoon of whipped Greek, cream cheese spread, and Greek yogurt. A lot better macros than your regular Greek yogurt. So I'm just doing 1 tablespoon here. So that's gonna give me, you know, half of 45 calories, 22.5 calories for that, and you know, under 2 grams of fat. That's pretty awesome right there for this to give you a ton of flavor on your pancakes. All right, so here's a look at what I add to my breakfast. So I do this organic jack salsa from Costco onto my omelet. I love that stuff. I do a little sugar-free syrup, butter flavor on my pancakes, along with some sugar-free chocolate and some Himalayan pink sea salt. That stuff is key when it comes to this. So we're gonna go ahead and top it here, and then we're gonna be ready to eat. So here's a look at the finished product. We got plenty of salsa on there, adds minimal calories. The pancakes are loaded, a little chocolate sauce, sugar-free syrup, and the pink Himalayan sea salt on top. We are ready to feast. So one thing that always makes breakfast a little better is having a breakfast buddy to eat with. Are you my breakfast buddy today? Yes. So now we're all ready to eat, guys. Thanks for checking it out. I've got the macros and calories listed below. You guys are gonna love this breakfast, something that's gonna absolutely make you feel amazing, whether it's a pre-workout meal or just a breakfast to get you started for the day. Should we hit them with a flex? Flex it up.